fluorescent lights would go behind this. This is going to mount in the ceiling to create some diffusion for light, but for our purposes, it's just a very light plastic that we're going to put at the bottom of the tank. Sand on top of that, so in case a rock falls, it'll protect the glass. Alright guys, so I did a generic job of cutting one of those tiles to decent size. Did a pretty good job. The ends, I just put a little piece in there, you know, so if any rock falls, it'll be okay. It's not perfect, but it'll definitely do the job. Just a little bit of insurance. Where are my sand guys? Huh? Where are my sand guys? Anything that gets on the floor, you clean up, alright? You know why? Because you're the sand guy. That's your job.
Luke, my turn. Okay, be careful, Luke.
Non-live sand. I don't like using live sand because for one, it's a little more expensive, and usually it's not truly live because it's been sealed up in the plastic bag airtight for so long that things die, and if you put that in your reef you could get die off. Plus I don't want to risk having anything in here that I don't want, like bristle worms or anything bad. Again, they're probably dead even if there were some in here because again the bag is airtight. But it's also non-crushed coral sand. I specifically asked for that because crushed coral tends to hold onto the nitrates, and we know that nitrates are bad. So non-crushed coral sand that is also not live. That's what I want. I've got the sand guys loading up the tank. Thank you, Luke, you're doing an awesome job. Each bag is 40 pounds, so we're gonna have 80 pounds of sand with the water, and I don't know how many pounds of live rock I've got now with the beautiful coralline algae. All this rock is going in there. I don't know, 80, 100 pounds of rock. There's also some live rock in the sump. So after we've added this sand, all I have to do is connect the plumbing below and then add the water and the sump and the heater and the pumps and the Vortec.
Get the mountain, bye.